Hello and welcome to a snowy Nicholas Athletic Center on the campus of Buckingham Brown and Nichols in Cambridge, Massachusetts for prep school hockey action this afternoon between BB&N and St. George's right here on YouTube. Glad you could join us this afternoon. I'm Steve Clay. Well, we'll go into English literature class a little bit. It has truly been the best of times and the worst of times for BB&N in their non-ISL and ISL schedule this year. They won decisively over Northfield Mount Herman last night to raise their non-ISL record to 9-2 on the year, to be filed under Who'da Thunk It. But on the flip side, to stay in English literature class, the ISL games have been the white whale for the BB&N Knights, as they are 0-8, looking for their first ISL win of the year. And where they have really had trouble in the ISL is scoring goals. They have been shut out 5 of their 8 ISL games. They have scored 1 goal in their last 6 full ISL games, and they are hoping to take a little bit of that non-ISL magic, where they scored 8 goals against Wilbraham and Monson and 7 goals against NMH last night, and power that offense into a ISL matchup. So we are just awaiting puck drop. The Dragons in their road whites with the red numbers and everything trimmed in black. BB&N, of course, in their home blues with the gold numbers and white trim throughout. BB&N will go from right to left in front of us in the first period. It'll be James Potter in net for the Knights. And we will see when they break the huddle who is in net for the Dragons. And it's going to be Tyler King, Jr. for St. George's. Tyler King in net for the Dragons. Again, a big night for BB&N last night. They playing NMH for the first time in a long time. And NMH struggling through a tough season this season, but BB&N came out decisively, a 7-2 victory for the Knights. It'll be Nolan Hartman's line to start the game off, and he will take the draw against Will Carosi for the Dragons. And we are underway in the first period. Puck goes into the corner, and King able to play it around. This one pops up in the air. Hartman able to get it to James Ferreira, almost just out of his reach. Now it's back to the point. It's kept in by Scott Crabtree. He'll throw it in the corner. Peyton Tracy is on it for the Dragons, but they can't clear it. It stopped just at the line. Ferreira tries to thread it through to Nolan Hartman, and it didn't go. But the BB&N forecheck working well here on the first series. And Robbins knocks it back down in deep, and everyone will change for BB&N. That will finally allow the Dragons to get it out. They'll tip it in deep. Potter stops it, and they will get a change as well. This is Tiger Tang with the puck for BB&N. He works it through the middle. Dalio tips it ahead, just too far for Walker, but Walker's going to get there first and negate the icing. He can't manage to connect with Cam Roof back at the right point, though. But the outlet pass is intercepted. Romer has it. He'll get it down low. Dalio has it as it hops over Jake Donatelli's stick. Now Romer. Quick little pass to Roof, who was cutting in from the point, but it didn't connect. Now this is Magaletta, Ryan Magaletta, getting it in deep. Tiger Tang will play it back to Dalio, and St. George's will back off as they go for the change. Dalio circles, brings it back into his own zone. Two Dragons hot on the pressure, and Dahlia will take it back again. And now BB&N will just work it out to center ice. This one's played in, delayed offside, and Tiger Tang will pick it up. He'll work it down to Roof, who'll try and connect with Bear Tang, but it goes back out to center ice. That one, icing is waved off on that one. Tiger Tang draws two players to him, tries to get it to Hunter Barone, but quickly it's put in by Sean Kessler, and Potter has to tie it up for the faceoff. 14:45 left to go in the first. No score as Hunter Barone will take the draw for BB&N against Owen LaCamera. Barone's line, which is Jack Williams and Bear Tang, with Ryan Clay and Tiger Tang out on D. Clay gets it up, and now in the middle. Nice pass ahead by Williams, chased by Barone. This one comes around, and St. George's gets it up, but just out. Ryan Clay, though, with it, and he'll dump it back in, and BB&N will go back on the forecheck. Dump it in and forecheck hard. That's what the plan for BB&N has been in some of their more successful moments this year. This one goes all the way down, and it is going to be icing as Ryan Clay wins the foot race against Cam Martish. And it will be an icing call with 15:07 left to go in the first period. Pretty even action so far. Both teams have penned the other in their own zone a little bit. And off the draw now it is St. George's on the rush. Tough angle shot. Potter turns it aside. I believe that was that was Peyton Tracy. Walker battling for it at center ice. This one comes ahead, but St. George's can't control it. And now BB&N will have it in their own zone, but this one now scramble behind the net. Potter goes down, puck out in front. Dangerous play. That one was played with a high stick, and that's got to be called. And it is. So dangerous moment where Scott Crabtree lost an edge in his own zone. Dahlia was trying to get him the puck, and the puck just slithered helplessly behind the BB&N net. Potter went out to play it, but he got tangled up with a St. George's player, and from there, a little bit of chaos ensued, but it's all good. Off the draw, Nolan Hartman's able to get it to Robbins, and Robbins gets it deep. Now, Nolan Hartman will keep it in at the half boards on the right wing side, but it's taken over by Will Carosi, and Georges will circle and come out. This one dumped in the corner. Tiger Tang trying to come up with it. Max Donatelli throws it in front, but goes out of harm's way. Now back to the point. Owen Draddy tries the one-timer, and Potter makes the save, but on the rebound, Max Donatelli cleans it up, and St. George's is on the board. A little bit of running around in their own zone for BB&N, and Draddy with the goal on the rebound. 13:44 left to go in the first period. And Draddy with the goal for St. George's. So quick 1-0 lead for the Dragons. Now the puck dumped into the BB&N end. Crabtree will get it around, but can't be controlled at the point. Broken stick back at the point for St. George's. And BB&N able to take it behind their own net. Roof loses an edge. Puck right out in front. Potter has to make a great save. Puck still out in front, and BB&N now finally able to get it away. The long pass ahead just goes off of Bear Tang's stick as Williams was trying to lead Bear. Would have broken in pretty much alone. Now Tiger with it. He'll get it to Jack Williams. Williams will turn, get it to Dalio. Dalio trying to look for Bear Tang, but it goes too far, and Joel Thompson takes it for St. George's. 1-0 Dragons. Max Donatelli, the goal. And this one back out to center ice. Clay will take it. He'll wait. Now he'll take it in the zone himself. He'll poke it in deep and then retreat back to the point. Tiger able to keep it in. This one comes in on Tyler King. Could have been a little bit of a confusing knuckleball type of situation. But now BB&N still holding it in on the boards. They try and come out to the front. Romer takes it. And this one comes all the way down. No icing, waved off. And now in the corner, St. George's tries to get it out in front. Walker manages to glove it to himself, and they'll get it in deep. BB&N changes their D. And this pass just a little bit too far ahead. Roof tries to play it out, but it's stopped at the point. Roof will have another opportunity. He plays it back to Crabtree. Crabtree will play it around. Doesn't quite get to Walker in time, and he has to go back to try and retrieve it. Now they'll try it again. Walker tries to make the tape-to-tape pass to Romer, but it goes back in the BB&N zone. So St. George's has kind of settled into their game a little bit. BB&N still looking to get there. And now here's a chance down the left wing side, coming right into the middle, and a great save by Potter, as that was Ryan Magaletta cutting right in and trying to go 5-hole, but Potter was there. Now here's another chance, a 2-on-2 for Georges. Trying to cut around to the net was Ethan Goodrich, and we've got a penalty coming up, and there's Clay and Potter are in their own net, and Potter is getting up slowly. I did not see the contact. It's a cross check going on St. George's. It's going on Cole Longfield. And based on the positioning of the players, I'm going to assume he cross-checked Ryan Clay into Potter. And that's the old 7-10 split right there, and they both wound up in the net. Potter looks to be fine, and Clay's over on the bench. He looks fine. So it's the BB&N power play, and a huge opportunity for them, because this is a chance for them to try and get back into this game, trailing 1-0 with 10:41 left to go in the first period. Puck is one back. Barone with it at the left point. He'll skate in. Now he'll look back to Roof. Roof comes over to Romer. Romer tries to go in the middle to Jack Williams, but they had that play snuffed out, and the defense was quick to get to Williams. Now here's the forecheck on Roof. Roof has to just leave it. Hunter Barone able to come up with it, as St. George's had read that play as well. And Barone now with it, tries to look across, and this one's sent all the way down. Potter will stop it. 1:22 left to go on the power play. Roof picks it up behind his net. He'll start. Good poke check by Donatelli, the goal scorer, but it comes to Barone. Barone will stop. He'll play it, not intentionally, off of Roof's skate. Now another good stick in the passing lane, as Carosi able to knock it down. And they continue the forecheck. Carosi able to poke it away again, but now Romer with speed into the zone, circles, comes behind the net. He'll look across. This is Crabtree. Crabtree. Romer, the one-timer, it's over the net. And he'll change now. And Robbins will come on for him, and this one is flipped up and out of the zone. 30 seconds left on the BB&N man advantage, as Magaletta was down there with the forecheck. Crabtree will pick it up as it slides off his stick. and he'll take it out now. Magaletta coming. Crabtree enters the zone. He'll get it down low, but there's nobody there for BB&N. Puck back to the point. James Ferreira stops it. Ryan Clay with the tip attempt, just directed it wide. Walker tries to hold it in. Now Clay with the behind the back pass, and they can't. They had a couple of whacks at it out in front. Robbins was there, and they couldn't get it. Now quickly, Scotty Crabtree is back, but Ethan Goodrich picks it off. They get it back right out into the slot, but it's missed. But now another opportunity by Peyton Tracy, and Potter able to make the save. So in the awkward transition after the power play, BB&N hasn't really gotten set yet, and St. George is attacking on the offense. Now Robbins overskates it. Walker tries to fire it out, but it's stopped by Magaletta. This one comes back to Ryan Clay, who survives the hit. And there's a big collision behind the net with Robbins and Max Donatelli. Now, Scott Crabtree. Clay will play it back to Crabtree, but they don't get anywhere. Now it'll come around to Clay. Clay will just golf it out to center ice. And the quick re-entry by St. George's. Pass into the middle attempted for Matthew Bowalick, and believe on that we're going to have a penalty. I believe it's going to be Ryan Clay to the box for BB&N, as Bowalick was heading through. Oh, sorry. Nope. On a different section of ice, it's Hunter Barone for a trip. So 7:18 left to go in the first. BB&N trails 1-0, and they go to the penalty kill. Georges on the attack. The shot, just blocker save by Potter. Comes right back in to the slot. It was Donatelli on that shot that Potter had to make a blocker save on. Now is another shot. Potter with another save. These are just point blank firing range type of things for the Dragons. Somebody gets a stick in the passing lane, and Jack Dalio trying to come up with it. He'll whip it all the way around, but not out, as Jake Donatelli stops it at the point. He walks in a little further. Roof tries to block his access to the net, but he comes back to the point, and Peyton Tracy will get it down. Now it's back on top, trying for the shot pass, and now back at the right point. Romer's able to get a stick on that and sends Peyton Tracy's shot to the corner, but still St. George's presses as Cameron Daigle gets it back to the point. They work it down low. Shot over the net. 38 seconds left to go on the power play for St. George's. This one comes through, and Potter able to get over and make the save. It was Max Donatelli with the one-timer, and Potter able to move nicely over and make the save. 31 seconds left to go on the St. George's power play, and that was a long stretch on the kill for the BB&N kill. They're able to bring out fresh legs with Williams, Ferreira, Crabtree, and Clay. Williams will take the draw against Cole Longfield. Tied up in the zone. Shot over the net. Out of that scrum. Comes all the way back to Owen Draddy. Draddy in the left wing corner. Come back out to the point. Draddy gets it back from Longfield. Right half boards. They work it around the perimeter. Shot is blocked by Jack Williams and goes up into the netting with 6 seconds left to go on the penalty kill for BB&N. 5:24 left in the first period of play. It'll again be the 222s in the faceoff circle. Longfield and Jack Williams for BB&N. Off the draw again, it's taken by St. George's. They come over to the left point. Shot hits something going through, and Potter is able to adjust to the tip and keep it in front of him and put the glove down on it as the penalty is over, and we are back to 5-a-side with 5:16 left to go in the first period. BB&N has had a little bit of trouble getting out of their own zone in some of the early going. The St. George's forecheck, once it picked up a little bit, has been very good. And off the draw, Roof is able to get it around to Beartang. He'll reverse, come all the way around. Now Jack Williams just lets it go and can't connect with Barone, but now it comes right back in. Roof to Tiger Tang. Tiger all the way out. Good tape-to-tape pass to Jack Williams. Williams survives the check, gets the puck down in deep. It's going to come all the way around to Hunter Barone in the left wing corner. He gets it to Beartang. Back to Tiger at the point. This one comes all the way through. That one kind of had eyes to get through on Tyler King, but King able to make the save and back out now to center ice. This is Luke Fox, who is able to get it to almost into the slot for a great opportunity. That was Matthew Bowelik. Now there's a shot just over the crossbar by Jake Donatelli, and Romer comes out with it. He's got Walker, he's got Dalio, he holds, he gets it in the middle, Walker with the shot, and Tyler King is square to it and makes the save. That was a good opportunity. Romer waited, found Liam Walker in the slot, and Walker got off a good, hard shot, but Tyler King able to make the save. 4:08 left to go in the first. Dalio will take the draw, but it's won by Will Carosi. But now it's picked up by Walker. He'll get it in the middle. Dalio trying to get it back to Walker. But now here comes St. George's. Ryan Clay goes for the check on Deigel, but can't come up with it. And now there's a chance in the slot. Gets blocked away. Clay in a battle in the corner with Carosi. This one comes right out in front. BB&N keeps over skating it. Now they're able to work it out of the zone as Romer able to get it. He'll stop. Looked like he might have brought it back out over the line, but no call made there as this one comes over to Roof. Roof looks into the middle, but now Nolan Hartman's going to pick it up. Romer gets back on side, and he'll go for a change as Hartman comes in hard on the forecheck. St. George's able to move it away, though, as Deigel is able to get it. Now he gets it back, but he overskates it, and here comes James Ferreira. He's got Nolan with him. Holds. Looks for the trailer that was Alex Robbins, but couldn't get it through. And now Tiger Tang will get it back into the corner. BB&N will tag up and head back in there. Under 3 minutes left to go in the first period of play. Still the 1-0 lead for St. George's. Now the puck comes out center ice, tipped ahead nicely by Longfield. He'll try and turn, but now George's with it in the offensive zone as Donatelli, that's Magaletta. But this one is cleared back to the point and comes just over the line, sent back in. Potter stops it. Roof loses an edge. He's down. Puck comes right back out into the front. Chance goes wide for Longfield, and BB&N's probably best served just by icing it at this point because you assume they'd let the injured Roof change. Cam's able to get off on his own. 2 minutes left to go in the first. Good forecheck, and now Barone able to come up with it. Barone still with it, taken off his feet, and St. George's comes the other way. They'll dump it in deep. As collision behind the net, and no call as Potter was collided with. The puck came right back out in front, and the score from St. George's, I believe that's Braden Erickson, number 19, with the goal, and it is 2-0 St. George's. BB&N wanted a whistle for the collision behind the play on Potter, but they did not get it, and puck came right out in front, and maybe the easiest goal Braden Erickson will ever score, as the net was wide open. Icing waved off. Clay back for it, but BB&N can't work it up. Now Clay reverses, and this one comes over to Jack Williams, but Williams is stuck in his own zone with it, and they take it away. Clay with a diving save, but it still manages to come into the zone. Couple of opportunities, and they can't get it in. They'll go point to point. No shooting lane, and they'll manage to keep it in. Clay with the hit from Asher Goldsmith. Now Clay will poke it ahead. Tiger Tang will pick it up, as late getting up was Boelich, and now Boelich's going over to have a little conversation with Clay, and Clay is like, I'm here all day. St. George's coaching staff yelling at Matthew Boelich. Boelich thought he got taken down behind the play by Ryan Clay. And when the whistle blew, came over and got right in Ryan Clay's face, and then realized he was 2 inches shorter than Clay, and so he wound up walking away. Now, Bear Tang gets it in deep. 42 seconds left to go in the first. Barone and Romer both down there trying to get it free, but it's taken by St. George's, but it's kept in at the point. Barone will get it down into the corner. Walker is there and Romer is there. Romer comes out with it, looks in the middle, but can't connect with Hunter Barone. And now quickly the other way, it's Draddy with the drop pass. Shot was blocked, and BB&N tries to clear it out, but kept in nicely at the point. The tip attempt, puck now comes right back out in front, and thankfully for BB&N, the period is going to end with a 2-0 lead for St. George's, as the hitting starting to pick up on both sides. So goals for St. George's by Max Donatelli and Braden Erickson in the first period, and St. George's leading by a score of 2-0 in the first intermission. After the intermission, we'll be back with second period action after this. Welcome back inside the Nicholas Athletic Center at BB&N. We're through one period of play And St. George is off to a 2-0 lead on BB&N. A goal about 5 minutes in, and then late in the period, what basically wound up being an empty net goal as Potter was behind his own net. We're back, and quickly an opportunity for St. George's, but BB&N able to work it out. But it's taken right over again by Peyton Tracy. Tries to get it to Joel Thompson, but loses it. Now this is Max Donatelli. He'll get it up, and it'll be tried to sweep it deep was Will Carosi, but it hit the official. Now comes back out. Worked in. BB&N will take it behind their own net. Ryan Clay with it. James Ferreira will just chip it out. And Jake Donatelli will turn and play the pass through to Longfield. Clay, though, gets the loose puck. But again, the forecheck by St. George's. They turn, they shoot, hits something, might have been Ryan Clay, and comes all the way out to center ice where it's picked up and can't be chipped in. BB&N has tried that a couple of times now. Ferreira with a big hit. This one comes over, and it's going to be Goodrich who picks it up. He'll chase it to the corner. Back to the point. Just kept in at the point. Now the puck behind the net. Longfield battles with Clay. Clay able to get it over to Dalio. Now Romer. Now it goes off of St. George's skate and comes back to Clay. Clay will now play it out to Romer. Romer will bring it through center ice. Gets into the zone. Stops. Looks toward the net. This goes off a couple of St. George's defenders. And the Dragons will work it back out themselves, except it comes back out to center ice. And Cam Roof with it. He'll poke it ahead, trying to get around Dratty. He stops, looks for the trailer. Puck out in front. BB&N just can't get to it. Romer was there trying for the scramble around the net. Liam Walker was there as well, too. Now Walker has it on the right wing boards with Goldsmith right on him. Tucker Hartman will play it down deep. Behind the net. Dalio trying to get it to Walker. Walker comes back to the point. Roof with the shot, and it just turned aside by King. And now St. George is able to work it back out to center ice. It's chipped back in, and they're calling it offside as Bear Tang came over the boards, but he came over. What was? Bear Tang came over the boards, but he came over in the offensive zone side. And so they blew it for intentional offside. Faceoff will come all the way down in the BB&N zone to James Potter's right. It'll be Barone to take the draw, but it's one back to the point. Kept in by Luke Fox. Chance right out in front. Good D by Jack Williams. He was right there on Longfield in front of the net to get a stick on that, the one-time opportunity, and turn it away. But St. George's has come up with a bunch of those opportunities in the first 18 plus 4 or 3 in this game. Now Bear gets it in the middle, but Ferreira can't pick it up. This one comes in looking for the one-timer for Carosi. Doesn't connect. But BB&N still hemmed in their own zone. This one comes out. The clearing pass goes off a St. George's player and goes right back in front of the BB&N net. And now there's a more careful pass. 2-on-1 opportunity. Barone with the shot and the glove save by Tyler King. King has been impressive. He's made several good stops on the day. Dalio to take the draw. Robbins picks it up, tries to work it back toward the point. Romer is right there, but now it comes back to Peyton Tracy. Comes all the way up, and Clay is careful not to touch it, as it'll face-off will go back in the zone as the puck goes out of play. Clay was going to try and grab it at the point, but he knew it was going out of play, and so saved the draw in the zone. Now they're discussing where it should be, and Clay's coming over to try and help. Good help, Ryan. Dalio with the draw, but it goes back into the corner for St. George's. They'll whip it around behind their net. Joel Thompson will work it up, and now with speed, Longfield was trying to come out, but he got hung up, and puck played back down behind the St. George's net. Dragons will try and play it back out. This one comes in the middle to Ryan Magaletta. Magaletta leads the rush, drops it off for Tracy. Tracy's going to have to go all the way around the net. He comes back to the right point. Shot comes through. It goes wide. Goodrich can't get it. It comes all the way back down, and Ben Romer will be first to the puck. Tries the reverse hit on Tracy, and BB&N trying to scramble for the puck. Now Roof gets one that goes just wide. This one comes back, is stopped at the point by Tiger Tang. That shot goes wide, and now here's an opportunity. This is Goodrich breaking in. His shot goes well over the net on the break-in. And now BB&N will pick it up in their own zone. Jack Williams with it through center ice. He's got Bear Tang ahead of him, but puck is tied up along the boards by St. George's. Comes back out, hits the linesman, and St. George's has to regroup, and Goldsmith gets it in deep. Potter can't stop it, and it comes all the way around and poked back to the point. Shot through, Potter with the blocker save. That was Draddy from the right point. Now Draddy has it again. He'll walk in a little bit. The shot hits a couple of bodies going through, doesn't ever get to Potter. Goes to the corner, and now Bear Tang tries the chip. This one's going to be delayed offside, but comes all the way back into the St. George's zone. Pass played back through the middle. Clay with the good stick, and now here's a chance. Jack Williams breaking in all alone, and he scores! Jack Williams faked like he was going to go high and just slid it 5-hole. And BB&N is on the board in an ISL game as they cut this one to 2-1. It's going to be Jack Williams with the goal. I think Clay is going to have an assist. As BB&N on the board, and they cut this lead in half. So took BB&N a while to get to their game, but they've played better the last 5 minutes or so. And now a puck is played up, and Will Carosi chases it. Clay able to get it around, and just like that, on the tic-tac-toe pass, it's a goal for St. George's. I believe that's Cameron Deigel, number 16, with the goal. And that one comes just 12 seconds after BB&N scored. So Deigel for St. George's, and that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So BB&N looking to continue to get back into it and generate a little bit of offense. They create a turnover in the zone, and now Romer will get it to Dalio. Dalio can't get it deep, And now Walker will send it into the zone. Luke Fox sends it out. Clay keeps it alive at center ice, and it's played all the way in, and this one's just going to be pounced on by Tyler King. So after giving up the quick response goal, BB&N came back with a good shift, and they've got an offensive zone draw. Dalio will take it. Walker gets it back to Romer. Just goes off his stick, though. Has a good quick block, but now coming the other way, and the shot just goes wide from Magaletta. He was trying to pick the far side, just inside the post. But now still with the puck is St. George's. Ethan Goodrich able to get it over to Joel Thompson. Right wing corner, comes back to Goodrich at the point. His shot doesn't get all the way through, goes into the left wing corner. This one's worked around, and now right out in front, taking it behind the net is Longfield. Comes back to the left point, now quickly over to the other point. Shot was blocked, but still kept in by St. George's. Goodrich behind the net. Now a chance right in front. Romer with the block, comes up with it. He'll take it to center ice. Takes a big hit from Peyton Tracy. And now quickly the long outlet pass as Clay able to get back and at least provide somewhat of a block. Now they get it down into the offensive zone. Shot is wide by Bear Tang, but kept in by Williams. Bear can't quite get it. It's kept in. It's not called a high stick because the St. George's player actually touched it. Now Barone comes out, that hits a body coming through. This one will come back to the point. The shot is blocked, but BB&N trying to keep it alive. This one is flipped all the way out, and Tiger Tang will pick it up, take it back into the zone. He'll leave it for Jack Williams. Defense is changing behind. Now Barone will just try and throw it back in the slot, but there's nobody there for BB&N. Goldsmith gets one in that Potter able to play and then let go of. But St. George's starts in on the rush and the giveaway, and right in front, couple of chances for St. George's as BB&N gave the puck away trying to get out of their own zone. And now Roof with it. He's attacked and had the puck taken away from him. Williams steps up for the check, but the puck slides all the way through, and they try the goal mouth pass to St. George's, but it doesn't connect. Now pass down, diving block by Cam Roof. Puck back out to the point. Tracy moves around, walks all the way in, but then runs out of room, comes back into the slot. This one goes off a leg, I believe Barone got it. And now it pops to Hunter Barone, and that one is offside as Robbins was just in ahead of the play. And they're going to call Hunter Barone for shooting that, and there are a lot of times where teams do that against BB&N, and we would prefer, the BB&N folks would prefer that it was called. So Barone to the box. Not really an opportune time with BB&N trailing 3-1 and trying to get back into this one. But it'll be a power play for St. George's. And long explanation being given to the BB&N bench. Head coach Kaysen Homan pointing vociferously. He's now, Kayson's asking the other ref to come over, and the other ref said, nope, I'm not coming over. So apparently we have that all settled. Not to Kayson Homan's satisfaction, but let's see if BB&N can kill off this penalty as Crabtree can't get it all the way around. I think he broke his stick trying to slap it all the way around. So they're 5 on 3.5 right now as Dragons work it around the perimeter. And this one's cleared all the way down, and that will allow Crabtree to get off and will allow everybody to get a change in. Now this one comes to Goodrich. He's got speed. He'll leave it behind, but it doesn't leave it in a good place for Cole Longfield, and Alex Robbins is able to get to it. Now BB&M being pesky on the forecheck. Romer was in there and Dalio in front of the net, but now Longfield is going to take it all the way down, gets around Roof, comes all the way around and back to Tracy at the right point. Tracy comes to the near point to Jake Donatelli. Donatelli moves around, shoots wide, and Tiger Tang trying to get it out. Takes a big swipe at it in midair, but they cannot clear it. Pass comes through, gets tipped to the corner. 43 seconds left to go on the St. George's power play. Some tic-tac-toe passing, and a great save by Potter. Potter moved over, made the pad save. Now seam pass, shot, and Potter is tight to the post and hangs onto it for the whistle. 25 seconds left to go on the St. George's power play, and BB&N will get a full change. And they'll bring Clay and Crabtree with a new stick, and Romer and Jack Williams back out. 25 seconds left to go on the power play, 6:39 left in the second. A goal for each team in the second period. And St. George's leading 3-1. BB&N trying to hang on for the rest of this power play. Williams turns, and now we'll send it all the way out. It's tapped down, but that's going to allow Ben Romer to get to it and break in. Tries the short angle, doesn't go, comes all the way back out. Williams will try and jam it for the rest of the 8 seconds of the power play, but now it comes loose, and Crabtree gets in the way, and that'll allow Clay to turn and fire it all the way down. He connects, and we've got a whistle as Robbins fell, and I believe we've got another penalty on BB&N, but I'm not sure what the call is, whether it was too many men on the ice. I didn't see them make the I did not see them make the sign. So I'm also seeing Hunter still in the box. That implies to me it's a misconduct. That it was 2 minutes unsportsmanlike and a misconduct. There's a shot that goes wide. So St. George is now back on the power play. So this is a tough break for BB&N as Longfield with it in the corner. Crabtree is right on him. Puck comes back out. Survived by Draddy to the right side. Comes right down low. And the puck is tied up by Potter. It was loose for a minute, but James Potter able to cover it up and hold on for the faceoff. So a lot of things happened in the last couple of minutes that I didn't quite catch. One of them is that it looks like Hunter Barone got a 10-minute misconduct for what seemed like a pretty benign shot in on Tyler King. I'm going to be honest with you. And then coming out of the box, Alex Robbins tripped, and there was a whistle, and now the shot just goes over the net from Max Donatelli. Back to the point. Work down low. They work it out in front, but BB&N gets a good stick on it. I believe that was Cam Roof that knocked it back to the corner. Now Tracy gets it to Deigel. Jake Donatelli. Down low. Now they get it all the way over. The shot and hits the post. Maybe the crossbar. 54 seconds still left to go. And St. George is able to keep it in. They come to the circle on the right side. Now they'll come back to the point. Right back to the circle. One-timer goes wide. And this one is just kept in. Nice play by Jake Donatelli at the point. And the shot and Potter is square. And Max Donatelli is not pleased with himself. 32 seconds left to go on the penalty. It's being served by Bear Tang, which made me think it's some sort of a bench infraction. I think it's possible that it was too many men on the ice as BB&N was breaking out of the penalty box. So 30 seconds left on the power play for St. George's. They win the draw. They get it back to the point. Shot comes through. Ryan Clay gets a stick on it, and now he's able to get it all the way down. And 17 seconds left to go on the power play for St. George's as Longfield lurks by center ice. This one comes out, and Jack Williams is going to just throw it down in, and that's going to do it for the power play. And now there's a chance. Clay with it. He tries to look down to Jack Williams, but it's intercepted by Owen Dratty, and coming the other way, they're going to be offside. And it was a good look. You can always say shoot it instead, but Clay thought he had Jack Williams right by the goal mouth, tried to get it down to him. But BB&N does manage to kill off the spate of penalties. They will have to play the rest of the period, and I think into the second period a little without Hunter Barone. But now off the draw, Walker tries to advance it, but Boelich gets it back in. Roof with the puck, tries to settle it. Now he brings it out. He hits Walker in stride. Walker tries to hit the trailer, and now it's put toward the net and scored! Alex Robbins with the goal. Oh, did Ben tip it? All right. So Ben Romer with the goal. Off the tip, off the Alex Robbins shot. So it's going to be Romer from Robbins and Walker with 3:40 left to go. BB&N has their second goal of the game, and they are hanging around in this one as they killed off the penalties and then managed to get one of their own. Right, now the point is don't give it back in 12 seconds. This one comes back out as the pass across the blue line did not succeed for St. George's. They dump it back in as Max Donatelli tries to take it but loses it to Romer behind the net. Now puck in the corner. Clay tries to come up with it. He'll work it around but plays it right to Deigel. Deigel gets a pass into the slot. There's a rebound shot. Max Donatelli gets it back out in front, and there's a shot and a save. And now there is words as Clay finished his check on Deigel as he was shooting. Deigel was upset about it. Carosi was upset about it. And since the defenseman came in, we're going to have a play outside. The faceoff is going to be outside the zone. And now we're going to have Scotty Crabtree going to the box. So now we're not going to have Scotty Crabtree going to the box. Now we're going to have Scotty Crabtree going back to the box. .255 left to go in the second period. BB&N has scored to cut it to 3-2, but Crabtree to the box. So I think this is another 10-minute because there's, oh no, now there is something finally on the board. Just as they drop the puck, there's 2 minutes on Crabtree in that scrum after the whistle blew. So BB&N has been shorthanded a lot in this second period, and they're able to clear it out. Nice play as Roof and Dalio combine to get that one down. Now the Dragons load up. Jake Donatelli enters the zone, gets it behind the net. Roof tries to ring it around. Now it's a chip out. This is Romer. Romer trying to get around Peyton Tracy. He holds, tries to play it to the net. Still in play. It went up in the air, but wound up in the far corner. And while everybody was trying to figure out where the puck was, BB&N got a change and 1:04 left to go on the penalty. Now bringing it into the zone is the Dragons. The shot, they were looking for the one-time tip. Will Carosi tipped it, but it went wide. They'll set it up again. Jake Donatelli at the point. They work it in front. Potter able to make the save. And now the puck in the corner. And this one is going to come all the way back out. Potter's going to try and put the puck, the net back on its moorings. BB&N's going to change on the defensive side with 24 seconds left to go. Now somehow this pass gets all the way out. Potter able to play it way out, but once again, it's a open net, but Cam Roof able to dive and make the play. Potter came way out to play the puck. He played it, but didn't really get anything on it, and it wound up on the stick of a St. George's player, but they couldn't put home their second empty net goal of the day. Now the penalty is up, and BB&N is back to 5 skaters. Shot from the point gets tipped aside to the corner, and it's flipped up by Tiger Tang. Now there's a chance, but they can't get it in front. Max Donatelli can't get it. This one squirts out into the slot, back to the point. Shot comes through. It's somewhere under Potter, and they manage to find it and clear the zone just as Tiger Tang able to get that one out. 15 seconds left to go in the period. This one's just going to be not cleared out as Roof tried to go high off the glass. And now this one gets out of the zone, and that is going to do it for the second period of play. So, boy, there was a lot going on in that period, but at the end of it, BB&N manages to score twice, something that has been a problem for them in ISL games. They do tally 2 goals in the second, goals from Jack Williams and from Ben Romer, and at the end of 2 periods of play, it is St. George's 3 and BB&N 2. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the third period after this. welcome back to the NAC for third period action between BB&N and St. George's. BB&N looking for their first ISL victory since March of 2023. And they are within one goal of St. George's as we head to the third period, trailing 3-2. 2 goals for BB&N in that period. Jack Williams with the first one. They've credited Scott Crabtree and Nolan Hartman, but I think they got 14 instead of 4. Believe that's going to wind up being Ryan Clay on the assist for BB&N, and that will extend Ryan Clay's point streak to 4 straight games, sorry. And then the second goal for BB&N, Ben Romer on the tip, came from Alex Robbins and Liam Walker. For Romer, well, for Jack Williams, that goal is his 12th of the year, leading BB&N. And for Romer, that's his 8th goal of the year and his 25th point of the year, and that leads the Knights. Got a little bit of ice repair out by the face-off dot. That's delaying us just momentarily as we get ready to start the third period. Hunter Barone still in the box. I think he's only got a couple more minutes to serve on the misconduct that was charged for shooting the puck after the whistle. But we are ready to go. Third period action. It'll be Jack Dalio taking the draw for BB&N against Will Carosi. Dalio with Robbins and Romer. Clay and Crabtree on the back line. Carosi is with Cameron Deigel. And I can't see who's on the left wing at the moment, but it's Peyton Tracy and Joel Thompson on D for St. George's. Max Donatelli is the left wing on this line for St. George's, but off the draw, it's into the zone, but quickly BB&N gets it a couple of times into the St. George's zone. Now Dalio will get it deep, and they will set up to chase. Romer is in there. Long pass across, though, is crisp and able to be worked out. Donatelli gets it to Deigel, but he can't get anywhere. And Ben Romer tries to give it to Clay, but passes it just too far ahead of him on the boards, and it winds up with a shot from the left point, and Potter able to make the save, hold on for the whistle. Just underway here in the third, 17:28 left to go. BB&N looking for their first ISL win. And Jack Williams will take it behind his own net, but he gives it right to Ethan Goodrich. St. George's has been good as the shot comes through from the right point. Joel Thompson, Potter able to make the save. St. George's has been very good at reading that play, that pass behind the net and jumping on it. And BB&N going to have to come up with another strategy. Dalio set to take the draw against Longfield. Yeah, now this one's chipped out. Long pass across. Good pass to Romer. Romer breaks in on the right wing side. The pass, the rebound is there in front, and BB&N can't. Robbins got it to Dalio, but Dalio couldn't put the backhand home. And now they chase back as quickly Longfield brings it in. Into the right wing corner, puts it out in front. Potter gets a good stick on it. Roof bats it away, but this one's going to be whistled down as Roof took a mighty swing at that. He's only a few weeks away from taking those kind of mighty swings out on the baseball field, but as he'll be the likely be the starting center fielder for the BB&N baseball team in the spring. Off the draw is his Robbins with it. Tries to get it to Romer, but it's easily gloved and played back in by Jake Donatelli. Now Tiger gets it up, but it's controlled again at the line. Now Tiger will play it over to Robbins. Robbins can't make the one-touch pass, and Bawalik can't make a good clean play either. Puts it back in his own zone. BB&N changes. And now the long pass ahead. It is tipped, so no icing. Oh, they do call icing. I thought he tipped it. I thought Asher Goldsmith got a stick on it, but it is icing. And Hunter, welcome back, Hunter Barone. After your semester abroad. It'll be Barone in between Walker and Williams. And they win it back. And Walker with it, but can't work it ahead. This one is flipped way up. Clay is going to catch it and drive it back in. This one can't be cleared. And now Jack Williams gets it. He looks over to Clay. Clay would just dribble it down into the right wing corner. He had Asher Goldsmith in his face, but now behind the net, Barone looks to get it back. Crabtree with a shot on and not quite cleanly handled by Tyler King. And a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle. Looks like a stick got broken. Don't know if it happened during that little meeting. But whatever the case, the faceoff is going to be to the right of Dragons goalie Tyler King, who's played well today. And the shards of composite being put back in the net for now, and it'll be Dalio for the draw against Carosi. One back into the corner for St. George's. Luke Fox tries to get it around. Now this one's just chipped out and away. Dalio doing a good job back on the back check, but still Deigel able to get the shot off. Potter able to make the save. This one comes all the way around. And at the left point, it's kept in. Now a chance for Carosi. He's going to put it back to the point, but it just goes out to center ice, and Sean Kessler will get it in. Potter gets it to Roof. Roof to Tiger Tang. Back to Roof. Roof's going to have to just play it into the corner. Robbins will come in and get it, and gets it to Dalio. Dalio breaks. Dalio over the line. Shot comes in. King turns it away to the corner, but back out in front. Roof is going to just get to it and keep it in, but now it's going to come back out. And Tiger with the shot and the save by Tyler King. Romer did a nice job tying up the St. George's player at center ice to allow Tiger Tang to just come in and pick that puck up and go in and get a shot off. 14:24 left to go in the third period. BB&N looking for the equalizer. It'll be Nolan Hartman on the draw for the Knights. They get it back. It'll come to Clay at the left point. He'll play it down into the corner looking for Walker. Nolan Hartman behind the net. Now Walker. He'll play it back to Clay. Clay with the shot and the glove save made by Tyler King. Clay got that a little higher than I think he wanted to, as the focus for BB&N has been shooting low. But they were able to generate a good scoring chance off the draw, and we'll see if they can do it again with Dalio taking the draw. Ferrer can't keep it alive. Sorry, it was that was Hunter Barone on the draw. Barone now has it behind the net. Barone pulled down, and this one comes all the way out, and St. George's with the rush. Goodrich taking it down into the right wing corner. He'll try and play it across out in front, and tied up and picked up, and BB&N with a rush, 3-on-2. The pass across, the shot, and a great save as stepping up was Scotty Crabtree and just couldn't get the shot past King. King able to make a great save. Now down the other end, chance for St. George's. They get it back out to the point. This one tipped to the corner. Pass out in front, and that shot was blocked. And now Ferrero will take it out and just scoop it in to the offensive zone, and BB&N gets the change. 13:02 left to go. With speed, the shot blocker save. Jake Donatelli with a good shot, but this puck is going to split the D and come all the way back out. Robbins giving chase on Dratty. And this one now is hung up by Tiger Tang, but now quickly taken by Boalik. And his shot comes in on Potter, and Potter will just grab it and hang on. So at chances at both sides. And now we've got a little bit of, again, extracurriculars afterwards. And Boalik has been part of several of those exchanges where he wants to try and get the last word in. Face-off is one to Robbins. Robbins breaks it out. He's got Romer on the far side. Tries to get around Dratty as he dumps it into the corner. Chases it in. And puck back out to the point. It's kicked aside on the shot by Tiger Tang. Romer turns, fires, and Tyler King able to, again, steer it aside. Max Donatelli gets it in deep. Roof tries to play it around but can't get it past Deigel. Shot in front, and Potter had to move on that. I think it got through to him. And now puck comes all the way back in, and the shot is missed from point blank by Deigel, but still kept in at the point. And now it is tipped aside, but BB&N at the end of their shift kind of running around a little bit. And now Bear Tang able to get it out. Nolan Hartman's going to take it down in deep. BB&N will be able to get a change on the defensive end. They'll bring Crabtree back out. There's a shot, a chance for Nolan Hartman. I think the puck just kind of slithered off his stick a little bit, kept in at the point by Walker, but now it comes all the way down, and it will be icing on St. George's. 11:22 left to go in the third. And BB&N has kept this a one-goal game while they look for the equalizer. And they've had some scrambles around their own net. James Potter, as usual, coming up big for the Knights. Barone will take the draw against Longfield. Longfield wins it back into the corner, but first to it is Jack Williams. He comes out, and there's a jam around the net, but the whistle blows quickly, and they held that one up. Good chance, though, as it got one back to the boards by Longfield, but Jack Williams was first to it, and he came right out off the boards and tried to get a greasy goal and jam it by Tyler King. On the draw again, it's one back to the corner. This time, George is able to get it around, but pinching is Crabtree. He's able to keep it alive on that left wing boards. Back out to the point. Hunter Barone will get it down in deep. James Ferreira chases it. Williams is there. Williams with it. He tries to survive the hit from Kessler. Gets it. Tried to get it in front. Now Crabtree pinches in. Gets it to Barone. Barone comes back to Crabtree. Crabtree turns. And that puck goes in the net! Scotty Crabtree just threw it on net. And good things happen sometimes when you throw it on net. Let's see who goes first. It's going to be Crabtree's goal. He just threw it toward the top corner. And this game is tied with 10:43 left to go. For Crabtree, it's his third goal, and did not get a chance to say this earlier, but happy birthday, Scotty Crabtree. He gets a goal on his birthday. And with 10:43 left to go, we are tied at 3. Off the draw, it's going to be Romer. Comes right in, gets a shot in on King. King able to turn it aside. Now Robbins is being pesky in the zone. This one comes out. Now Roof able to step up, but now the puck bounces to Braden Erickson. He'll dump it in the corner. Potter will leave it. BB&N will try and work it around. And Tiger will have it behind his own net. Now he'll turn, try and bring it out. He'll get it to Robbins. Robbins will come out to center ice, but they'll give possession right back. Now Tiger Tang with it as everybody changing, and BB&N trying to set up and just avoiding the on-rushing forechecker and then getting it up. But BB&N can't get it out. And good D there is now a shot in the slot and a score just off the left post by Will Carosi. And St. George's goes back up 4-3. BB&N could not get the puck out of its own zone. And this time it wound up costing them. It's the second time that St. George's has come back with a goal. And this one puts them in the lead. It was Will Carosi with the goal. And 4-3 now. So BB&N, who chased and chased and chased and chased the lead and then got the tying goal, now find themselves trailing by 1 again with 9.5 minutes left to go. This puck is kicked past Ryan Clay, but a nice play by Crabtree. And he'll pick up the puck coming out of the zone. He gets around a couple of players. He'll bring it into the zone. Crabtree feeling it, the birthday boy. But he can't get it into the slot. 3-on-2 now for St. George's. They'll whip it in, but then they'll change quickly. And Ferreira has it taken away. Crabtree stands up Longfield. Longfield in the corner. Ryan Magaletta steps in to help. Puck comes out, but now comes back to the point. Played over to the left point. This one comes in on Potter, and he will make the save. And Clay gets involved afterwards as there was some digging. Potter had the puck saved. Magaletta dug at it, and Clay took him forcefully to the boards. So nothing coming out of that one. 8:40 left to go. St. George is wanting to know why there's not a call on that. So at least both coaches have had moments where they've been extremely unsatisfied with the answers they've gotten from the men in stripes. This one's won back to the point by St. George's. Now over to the right point. This is Thompson. His shot comes through, and Potter able to see it and stop it and hang on to it for the faceoff. Carosi will take the draw. He has the go-ahead goal in this one. He wins the puck back to the point. Puck down in deep into the corner. Carosi gets it behind the net. Tiger Tang just can't grab it. Deigel trying to come up with it. Now BB&N will get it and just work it out. Tiger Tang tries to get it. Dalio is upended, going to the corner. No call. This one comes back. Ben Romer is back playing D as Tiger Tang moved up. Shot and a score as Joel Thompson took the puck, moved in, and picked his corner and hit it beautifully. So Joel Thompson with the goal with 7:58 left to go to put St. George's up by 2. BB&N was, Ben Romer had moved back to play D because Tiger Tang had taken the puck deep into the zone, but the puck came right back to Thompson at the point. He was able to pick his corner and again, just made a beautiful, beautiful shot. BB&N chases it in their own zone. Clay able to get it up and they get it out as Ferreira combines with Barone to get it into the left wing corner. Ferreira chases it. Puck comes around. Now it's played off the boards and the turn and the shot by Williams. Clay moves in. He'll try and throw it right across the goal mouth, but now he's got to get back quickly. Jack Williams is back. Cover for him. This one comes in. Potter will play it. Potter plays it right to Crabtree. Crabtree absorbs the hit. Now Barone pulled down. Clay, BB&N can't get it out from behind their own zone. And this one now comes right to Clay. He'll play it, but can't connect with Williams. And BB&N has, on too many occasions this afternoon, been sloppy in their own zone. Now it's pinched, held in by Longfield. Longfield gets it into the middle. Clay with good D gets the puck back to the point. Can't pick the puck up, though, and they get it right back into the slot. And somehow it's under Potter. And Owen Dratty unhappy. So BB&N tied the game at 3 with 10:43 left to go on the Crabtree goal. But since then, the pushback has come from St. George's. And they do have 2 goals to take the 5-3 lead on this one. In the corner it goes. BB&N trying to work it free. Comes to Tiger Tang. And he'll play it up to Romer. Romer trying to work it out, but they keep it in. Pass in front now. Tiger Tang will take it and gets it up, but a good play, good stick by Romer. Romer is interfered with, but they don't call that. And sent all the way around. And good pinch by Robbins. And now we've got a whistle. Don't know if that came over. Did that come over the line and was offside or what? Believe that's going to be the call. 6:02 left to go in the third. BB&N, who has now scored the most goals in an ISL game of theirs this year, getting 3, but unfortunately at the moment not enough. They're going to need more as Joel Thompson now will bring it through center ice, dump it into the corner. He'll chase it. Comes out. Ferreira will take it and give it to Barone. Barone trying to go to Tiger Tang, but Joel Thompson with a good stick. Now he falls. Tiger Tang brings it in. The slap shot is handled by Tyler King. 5:34 left to go in the third. BB&N will be back in action on Wednesday. They'll be at Groton for that game. We will not have that one for you, obviously. We just do the home games here on YouTube. There's a chance right off the draw for Romer, but it hits a skate and goes to the side. And now quickly Longfield tries to get around, gets it in the corner. Goodrich battling for it. Now it slides off Barone's stick, goes back to Goodrich. Goodrich will get it back to the point to Fox. Now it comes in to the corner, and Ryan Magaletta will try and get it. BB&N again can't manage to get the puck and have a clean exit. This one goes right out in front. It's just poked, but it'll be stopped at the point and kept in by Fox. Chance in front, and the shot, that hit. Somebody may have hit his own player. And now we've got a penalty behind the play, and see who it's going to be. I think it's going to be on Ryan Clay. Nope. That's the second time today I said I think it's going to be on Ryan Clay, and it was on Scotty Crabtree. So now with 4:42 left to go and BB&N trailing by 2 goals, now they need to go on the penalty kill, making it the road back a little bit harder for them. Back to the point off the draw. Georges setting up their options. They come in to the right wing to Max Donatelli. Now they come back up to the point, just kept in. This is Jake Donatelli. Jake back to Max at the point. Max goes over to the left point. Tracy with it, held up. Now there's a chance down low, and the one-timer across the goal mouth connects from Max Donatelli to Will Carosi for the goal, and it is 6-3 St. George's. Carosi from Max Donatelli on the power play. And I believe that is our first power play goal of the game. 14 from 10, 4:09 left to go in this one, and 3 straight goals by St. George's has made this a 6-3 game in favor of the Dragons. BB&N can look back at that moment with 10:43 left to go, a little over 7 minutes into the third period, where they had tied the game, but then they couldn't finish from there. Now St. George's attacks and looks for more as Longfield in the corner, tied up by Clay. Puck squirts free. And why would you go back into the pile? Not quite sure, but they do manage to work it out, and Ferreira brings it over. Ferreira loops it down to Dalio. Dalio back to the point, Roof. Now we'll try and just cycle it back down. Walker, Dalio, Ferreira, but now no one's in front of the net. They had 3 guys down below the goal line, which was good. They got the puck. They just didn't have anyone to give it to. And Magaletta will try and work it out, but it's kept in nicely by Ferreira. He'll dump it down in, but BB&N has the zone time, the persistent zone time, but they cannot get a real offensive chance together. Now the shot comes in by Braden Erickson, and it's saved by Potter. Whistle blows with exactly 3 minutes left to play. And it'll be Barone to take the draw for BB&N. Puck goes to Robbins. Robbins tries to get in between 2 BB&N players. And then it winds up with Braden Erickson's stick somehow. But anyway, puck comes back in. BB&N has pulled the goalie. They have 6 skaters, and Jack Williams will take it out from behind his own net. Bring it over the blue line, wrap it all the way around. Romer gets it to Barone. Barone comes back to the point. This one is sauced, but it's going to miss and go all the way down for icing. Ryan Clay will go down and tag up. So 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go. BB&N with the extra attacker on. And St. George's is actually going to call a timeout. So that'll give the BB&N top line a little time to recharge. They've got Jack Williams, Robbins, Romer, Barone. Looks like it'll be Clay. I don't know who else will join that group. Three straight goals by St. George's here in the third have been the difference in this game. BB&N had actually gotten to, they had tied it up. Again, Knights will be at Groton on Wednesday, then they'll be home for Friday, Saturday games next weekend. We'll have both of those for you here on YouTube. They'll host Middlesex on Friday night, and they want to get revenge on their game they played in the Barber tournament where they did not come out sharp in that one. And then they'll play Bell Hill on Saturday. Williams to take the draw, goes back to the point and kept in. Now Romer gets it behind the net. They come out in front. Clay tries to jam it home, but they couldn't. And this one comes all the way out. It's intercepted briefly, and Barone will take over. And now Romer gets it all the way across into the left wing corner. Clay will try and just sweep it out in front. Tied up by St. George's. They can't get it out. Minute 38 left to go. This one's whipped all the way around. Romer tries to go for the reverse hit and leaves the puck there. This one's going to come all the way down, but it's not going to be icing because it's going to be chased and won by St. George's. This one comes right out in front. And now Romer comes back with the slash. Does not get called, but Will Carosi with the empty net goal. And with 1:14 left, that is going to do it. 7-3, as that's a hat trick for Carosi. And 4 unanswered goals, including the empty netter. And now we'll get to see some new faces out for the Knights as Max Carvalho takes the draw, and he'll be out there along with Driscoll and Bresler. Puck is back to the point, whipped in on Potter. Under a minute left to go in this one. Tucker Hartman gets it over to Driscoll. Driscoll gets it down, joining Tucker on defense is Abe Krishnan for BB&N. Now Owen LaCamera with it. He can't get through, as now Carvalho with it tries to kick it ahead to get it to Bresler. Bresler comes up with it. His pass is intercepted, walking right in, and the score by Owen LaCamera. So this went from a tie game to an ugly game pretty quickly. And there's 24 seconds left. And Owen LaCamera with the goal for St. George's, and it is 8-3. And that is the kind of score that you're going to see online, and it's going to look a lot different than this game was. This game was tied with 10:43 left to go, and then the momentum swung as now Zach Davis out for BB&N. Ethan Kane is out there as well, and this one is kept in. Davis with it in the corner. Davis tries to go to Kane. Kane leaves it right out in front, but it's taken away, and St. George's tries to get it in, and that is the final buzzer. So a disappointing last 10 and a half minutes for BB&N as they pulled to within. They tied the game up with 10:43 left to go, and then the onslaught came from St. George's as 5 unanswered goals made this an 8-3 final for St. George's. So BB&N falls to 9-11 on the year and to 0-9 in the ISL. They'll have another ISL game on Wednesday. They'll be at Groton, and see how they do there. And then we'll join you again on Friday night here against Middlesex, and then Saturday against Bell Hill. So again, a disappointing result for BB&N. Goals for BB&N from Jack Williams, Ben Romer, and on his birthday, happy 18th birthday to Scott Crabtree with a goal that tied it up. But after that, it was all St. George's. Thanks for watching. I want to thank Kevin Romer and John Dalio for the camera work today. Appreciate you tuning in. For all of us here on Nights Hockey on YouTube, I'm Steve Clay saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.